So, morning, Angela. Absolutely lovely to see you. Now, you're the founder of Cotswold Networking, which I think you founded around about 4 years ago, which we will get into in a minute. But first of all, could you tell us how you got started in your business career?
Okay, well, thank you very much, Lucy, for having me this afternoon now, isn't it? Thank you very much. And yes, well, I went to university, I went to Loughborough, and I was a bit of a geek, actually. I was a computer programmer, can you believe it? And there was 6 girls in the class, and there was about 50 men, and it was good fun. It was yeah, so I did a computers degree, and I did 10 years in the IT industry as a computer programmer, which was brilliant. I've got very sort of analytical mind, and I loved it, actually. I did love it, sort of beavering away writing code. Then I had two children quite quickly. There's only 17 months between them, and I couldn't go back to work then, so I just gave up my career. And but then, being me, it was brilliant having I was there for the children. They were, with them all the time, took them to all the classes going, gym classes, swimming classes. And then I decided, well, by accident, I knitted myself a scarf. This is a funny story. I knitted myself a scarf. I mixed wools, and I wore it to the preschool, wore it to swimming classes, and everyone kept saying, "Oh, will you knit my mother one for Christmas? Oh, will you knit me one?" Blah, blah, blah. So I grew a business from doing that. And then people got cordoned on to these lovely scarves because everyone used to comment, and every time anybody wore one. So I basically built a business designing and knitting scarves, and then I had a team of people knitting scarves for me. Then I moved on to, we knitted about 2,000 scarves, over the years, and I had lots of different designs, and I named them all, and it was just amazing. And then I then just went into handmade jewellery. So I found some designs I liked of jewellery, and I basically taught myself how to make jewellery. And I did that, and I was selling jewellery. We used to do lariat necklaces. We used to swap them. So basically, I built a business called Glam Originals, it was called. And we used to do house parties. That was the crux of it. We used to go out, well, I used to go out in the night and just sell my stuff to all these lovely women who would be there with a glass of wine and trying stuff on and stuff. So I grew the business over 10 years, from just me going out 3 or 4 nights a week to we had 40 consultants right throughout the UK. And I was at home then with my glass of wine because I wasn't doing it anymore. So I had, the business went like that. We had a catalogue, we did photo shoots. It was just amazing. And but it meant that I could take my children to school, pick them up. They were involved. They'd help me make the jewellery, 2 girls. They loved it all, So, and I also bought in other handbags and caftans and flip-flops. So it was a very girly, lovely thing to do. So I really enjoyed that part of my life, actually.
That's an amazing story. So at the time, you were juggling motherhood with,
yes,
like many of us. I did the same for a bit, stepped out of the career job, had 3 children.
yes.
And it is it's really hard work, isn't it? Because you're trying to keep everything going and
yes,
earning, and you want to keep your hand in with work, but you want to be there for your children as well. So
yes,
pretty demanding time of life, isn't it?
Yeah, it was, but it was just such good fun. If I say to people, I'd love to have the time back again, knowing what I know now and what mistakes I made. So I'd love to go back into that and do it all again, and I know what I did wrong in that career, in that job, But the business went like that, and then it went like that because the internet came along, and everybody had online shops. You had supermarkets, Sainsbury's and Tesco selling, accessories and stuff like that. So the demand wasn't there. What the demand at the beginning was just amazing. Everybody wanted to have a house party. It was a bit like Jamie at home and the candle parties, but it was like ladies fashion. It was good. So then I had to decide. My husband said, "You need to go back into computing. That's where the money is." And I said, "But I haven't done it for 16 years."
Yeah.
So I decided that because I marketed my own business, I taught myself marketing, that I would go into marketing. So I offered my services for free to a number of small businesses, much to my husband's disgust. And I did that, and I did, I got a marketing job, and so then for 8 years I was head of marketing for a dental group, which was great. I built a team. It was only me at the beginning, and I built a team of web designers and graphic designers, and yeah, it was great. I'm still friends with them now. I'm still friends with them all now. So that was brilliant.
Did you use your computer background when you shifted into
Yes.
marketing?
Yes. Yeah, because I was helping change all the websites at the beginning, and so it's having that computer background for everything I've done since has been so helpful. And it was just the marketing bit I had to really teach myself. So you just keep getting more skills as you go through life, don't you? Teach yourself more skills. We're all teaching ourselves AI now, aren't we?
Oh yeah, you can't stop. I'm still learning lots of new things. You became the head of marketing, obviously successful career in the marketing area. What then led you to think that you were going to start with the networking, and that led into Cotswold Networking, the business as we know it today?
Yes. Well, after the lockdowns, I just felt really sorry for businesses who couldn't trade. And everybody, used to say to people, do you want to come out for a drink? Oh, no. So I thought, do you know what? I'm going to help get people back out there, help local businesses. So I approached the Old Bell Hotel. I knew in Malmesbury, I knew the lady there, and who worked there. And I told her my idea. I said, I fancy opening a networking group. How do you fancy it? And she said, yes, brilliant. So the Old Bell Hotel have been absolutely fantastic to me, actually. And so we launched in Malmesbury in February 2022. And yeah, the launch night was packed. And then I just did Malmesbury for a year, the day job, just did Malmesbury. Then a year later, I opened in Cirencester, and launch night there was 135 people at the launch night. Oh. Then I opened in Cheltenham, and there was 140 people there again. And so I just kept opening them. It was, and I made it a proper business then. And there had to come a time where I had to give up my day job. So I gave up my day job in February, like 2 years ago, like not last February, February 4th, yeah. So a year and a half ago.
You were actually still working for quite a long time then after you started the network.
Yes, yeah, I did 4 days a week. So I used to, in the evening, I used to work every evening, and on my day off, just to build the bit, and all weekend to build the business. I still do.
So in those early days when you first founded Cotswold Networking, did you or could you have envisaged it becoming what it is today, where I think you've got 8 or 9 groups? Is that right?
Yes, we've got 9. We've got another Royal Wootton Basset launching in September. So 9 groups, no, but I would never in a million years have envisaged it. But it's all through hard work, just really my daughters, they're grown up, they've got jobs in London. So I'm no longer the mother running around doing everything anymore. So it's just me and Simon. So I've got plenty of time. And so it's almost like my hobby as well. Building businesses is like my hobby as well. So people say to me, oh, did you see this on TV? I said, don't watch TV. I'm too busy. I'm working all the time. So, yeah.
I mean, I know as a member you're out a lot anyway, like most evenings. You are actually physically there, attending the events, greeting people at the door, making sure everything works really smoothly, which it does. So it's a full in. It's not like you've handed it over to lots of other people straight from the get-go. It's a process, isn't it?
Yes, and over the years you've sort of learned what works and what doesn't, and feedback from members as well. And so we've got a brilliant format at the moment, as you know, where we do round the table networking, and everybody gets a chance to speak. We have a question of the month, and then people swap tables, and they do that 3 times. So by the end of the night, you've met most people, which is the main thing.
Lots of other things as well, like you have the Circle software that you put in place, which is amazing, where people can post and talk about their business and ask anyone else in the network for help.
Yes. So this year, thanks to a couple of the members, Ian Beaumont and George Cairns, they sort of told me about Circle, and this is all about networking, isn't it? So some of my networkers told me helped me. They told me about the Circle online community. So I taught myself it, and I built my own Circle community with Ian Beaumont did give me a bit of a run through. Thank you, Ian. And yeah, so it's now up and running for a number of months, and lots of people, I love it. Lots of people are using it. People are asking questions. There's opportunities where people can say, oh, does anyone know anybody who does this? And I can see all the answers, you know, and people are engaging with it now. It's like I say to people, it's like having your own Facebook group. But it's much more than that, because there's lots of different spaces that you can be. There's a members discount space. There's a resource library space, so members can post some information that will help all the other members as well, offer discounts. They can, any news or announcements, promote your business, promote it, you know, just go on there and promote your business, because we've got so many members across all the groups, and you know, most of them now are in the Circle community, and so, you know, somebody in the Whitney group might not, well, they won't know anybody in the Worcester group, so you know, just get to know each other. So the networking doesn't stop once you've left the room once a month, you know, keep going on our Circle community.
Yeah, I think that's a really important message, because you get out of it, as I know, because I've been a member for I think 2 years, but you get out of it what you put into it.
Definitely.
And if you just go to the meeting and go home, that's lovely, but you want to have like one-to-ones with people and follow up, go for coffee, that kind of thing. I think that I found is like really rewarding then, and you get to know people better that way as well.
Yes, definitely. I mean, I always say the return on investment, I can put on the events, I can put the Circle community there, but the return on investment is up to you, you know, how much you want to make it work for your business. And come regularly. That's what I always say to people, you know, dipping in and out once every 3 months is not, and then saying to me, oh, it's not working for me. I'm like, no,
that's not going.
And we've also got curry clubs as well. Well, we've got one in Cirencester, and we may be having one in Cheltenham. So we've had them on and off throughout the we have a Corsham curry club as well that meet every now and again. So and that's brilliant, because you can come out, casual drink. It's no extra cost to you apart from what you eat and drink yourself, and you could just, you know, meet people. And you know, networking, it's all about building relationships with people, as you know, building relationships so that you're front of mind when people are saying, oh, do you know anybody who, you know, writes blog posts? Do you know anybody who's a solicitor? So it's all about building those relationships, and that's what's really important to get across to people.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's an amazing service for SME leaders locally and businesses generally, that they, for not a huge cost, they can meet all these different business owners. Everybody's there with the same sort of intention to meet other people, and it's really sociable and it's fun as well. So yeah.
Yes. Oh, thank you.
I mean, you've got an awful lot on your plate, running 8-9 groups. How do you manage the behind the scenes? Like you do great social media posts. Obviously you have photographers and videographers come to the evenings, but I'm guessing there's a bit of editing to do there. Like, how do you keep everything going in the background?
Oh, well, I mostly do everything. So we do have photographers and videographers, but sometimes they can't make it. So I do the photographs and the videos, and then I have to piece them together afterwards. And that's where my marketing has helped over the years, by, you know, so that little skill there has helped me, the social media marketing, because I was a social media marketing manager as well, you know, for some of my career, late career. And I've also got in the last 2 months, I've got an admin assistant. So her name's Emily. Yeah, so she comes in 2 mornings a week. She's been in this morning, and yeah, so she takes a load off me. Actually, I wish I could afford her full time. It would be amazing.
It is hard when you run your own business, juggling everything, isn't it? Because you've got to like get the clients, do the actual work, do the marketing, you know, etc., etc., etc. And it's just, there's so many different elements to it, and you can't let any of them drop, really. You have to make sure that they're all ticking along. and keeping going.
Yeah, I honestly think that marketing is the hardest, because that takes so much time to do the marketing. You know, I mean, I haven't even. I mean, I'd love to be able to take on a social media marketing, but I'm not in a position at the minute. But just to take some time off my hands. But you know, creating reels, creating all the content, and then you know, we need content that, you know, some of my content, I think, oh, I could have done better there. You know, we need content that's going to be much more engaging with people. So you have to learn what's the latest trends, what's, you know, and it's really time consuming marketing.
Yeah, it is.
And email marketing as well. Email marketing.
And I think it's getting tougher because obviously, quite rightly, GDPR came in. All those checks and balances to make sure that people don't get spammed and things like that is obviously there for a reason, but it does also make it more difficult as an email marketer, that a lot of people, it'll just go to their spam box, or they'll just delete it, or they don't have to read it, and they can opt out more easily than they used to be able to, and things like that.
Yes.
So email marketing over the last sort of 10-15 years has shifted significantly. Yeah, and it is tougher.
Yes, it is. Yeah, I'd say that's my biggest headache, is the marketing.
Yeah.
And well, just the amount of admin is just off the scale, you know. Just, you know, somebody saying to me, oh, can I swap groups next month? You know, it's like, okay, get the spreadsheet out. You know, there's just little things. Now I know George Cairns would say to me, the AI expert, he would say to me, Claude can do that.
Yeah.
So he's the speaker. We've got a caution tonight and he's the speaker. So but yeah, so I just need to learn Claude. I have the time.
I know, I was just going to ask you about that, because I've started using Claude Co-work, which is amazing. My husband started using it first, and now I'm using it, and it is amazing. And George is obviously an expert in that area, but you can't do everything. So I tend to use it for a first pass on things, but then you have to ensure, obviously, with content, that it sounds like you and all of that. You can't just spit out AI stuff.
No.
That's great. And I know a lot of people are doing that, but I wouldn't do that. I would always first pass, great, check it, edit it, make sure it's authentic and sounds authentic, and then maybe good to go. But the admin, it's definitely good at like crunching stuff, making spreadsheets. I've just started using Claude for creating my social media graphics as well, because I used to do them all myself in Canva, but now it creates them all for you, and it will do. It did me 30 the other day, and it took it like 5 minutes.
Wow. Well, I've just, it's amazing. I just redid my presentation that I do, you know, at all the events. I did that with Claude this week, actually. So yeah, it's amazing. You have to keep saying, oh, change this, change that, but you know, it took an hour or so, a couple of hours, and then I've got new presentations now. So yeah, it is amazing.
If you have any spare time, which I don't think you do, what do you like to do in your spare time?
I love the beach. I absolutely love the beach and the sea. So I love to, we always if we got a free weekend, head down to the coast somewhere. That's what I love to do. And also seeing my daughters. So I don't see them enough, you know, they live in London, and, you know, if you'd have told me when they were 5 years old and screaming and shouting that I'd be desperate for them to see me, then I'd be, So, I mean, I do see them. I'm seeing Emily's coming with me to Wales this weekend, but yeah, it's spending time with my children and by the sea is my perfect weekend.
Obviously, you grew up in Wales, Angela, and my mother-in-law was Welsh. Is that why you love the beaches? Did you grow up near the coast? Yeah,
I grew up on the Gower Peninsula, and every weekend in the summer we'd be down the beach. My father was a big Gower enthusiast, and my brother, my father's passed, and my brother's actually set up a business called Gilkey Tours, which has tours all around the Gower. Because my father would love to be a historian, taking people around the Gower, so my brother set up a company in the Gower doing that. So yeah, so I'm very much attached to the Gower. But my sort of plans going forward, that you probably know this, that I'd love to open more groups, but I can't physically open them and run them myself. So the Worcester group, we have found the lovely Natalie Healy. She's going to be taking over the Worcester group from October. So really looking forward to that. And we have opening a brand new group in Royal Wootton Bassett, and the absolutely wonderful Fiona Scott, PR genius. She is taking over that one from October as well. We've got the launch night, that's in September, and that's a sellout. So yeah, it's that's the sort of direction I'm looking to head now as we move, next year.
Yeah. Looking back at what you've achieved, which is phenomenal, and I know you've won lots of awards, what's the thing that you're most proud of?
Oh gosh. I just think just doing it, just actually having the guts to do it, A lot of people have got ideas that they think, oh, I should start a business like that, but it's actually having the the guts to go up and go, right, that's it, I'm going to start it, and work so hard that people will believe in you and believe in what you do, and I'm just so pleased that people have believed in me, and we've got over 200 members, and it's just been brilliant. It's been absolutely brilliant. I've made some fantastic friends. We've seen a lot of magic happen throughout the groups, with people collaborating, people working together, people buying off each other, and making friendships. It's just brilliant. And I just think, if I didn't do that, this wouldn't. I always thought, if I didn't start this wouldn't have happened. You start one thing and knock on effects. My partner Simon, his business is just really, really taking off now. He would never have done that if he hadn't come networking. And met the people he did that have helped him. Because network is not just about going and selling your business to people. It's about them helping you as well, grow your business, which is what I've seen happening, and it's just been brilliant.
Yeah, I think a lot of members are very passionate about it, and wanting to see it grow and supporting it, which is lovely. But what your message there for anyone who thinks or is thinking of setting up their own business, I think, is really key. Just start, just do something. Because otherwise, if it's really easy, isn't it, to make it think, oh, it's such a big daunting thing to set up a business, and then you just don't do it. But if you just take one step and then another step and just start, then you'll just keep going and just put your energy into it.
Put your energy into it and come to networking groups where you can meet people, get inspired, and they'll help you. Lots of people offer like a free hours consultation, if you're struggling in the marketing area, if you're struggling in the SEO area or something, a lot of our members will offer like a free hour, especially to other members.
That's a great service. So Angela, how can people get in touch with you, and anyone who wants to join, how can they find you?
Okay, well, we've got 9 groups. I'll just go through the groups. We've got Malmesbury, Cheltenham, Cirencester, Witney, Corsham, Bath, Worcester, Bristol, and Royal Wootton Bassett. There we go. Contact me on our website, cotswoldnetworking.co.uk, and my email is info@cotswoldnetworking.co.uk. And check us out on Instagram as well. You can see on Instagram we've got loads of videos of all our events and everything, so you can get a feel before you come and see what if it's for you. So come and give it a try. We're all really friendly, aren't we? We're all friendly.
I should mention quickly one other thing as well, that everybody who's a member, they get their own website page, so you can see all the members and what their businesses are. And if you click on a member, you can see information about their business and all of their contact details as well.
And you can filter as well. You can filter by group, or you can filter by profession. So if people are looking for a photographer, for instance, they can filter by for photographers. Just one last thing, we also offer free places to local charities. It's got to be a local charity, not a national charity. We've got 2 free places in each group, so that is 18 places, and we have also got 3 places in each group for young entrepreneurs. So if you're under the age of 23 and you're building your own business, then come and join us. So 3 free places in each group, and they're not being used. They're not being used. You get a 3 years membership, and you can meet so many people, and also get on the website and get in the circle community.
Yeah,
And we also offer free PR as well. We've got an online magazine, so members can write articles, and it goes onto our online magazine, and it goes out in a monthly email to all my database as well.
that's brilliant. That young entrepreneurs that are listening, get in touch with Angela and join up. Yeah, that's a really good offer.
Brilliant.
So
Yeah, thank
lovely
you.
to speak to you, Angela. And I think your whole journey is fascinating, but what you've achieved with Cotswold Networking is remarkable. And you know, as a member, I can say it's thoroughly enjoyable. So thank you.
Oh, thank you very much for having me as well. Thank you, Lucy.
Thank you.